Hey there, it's Waste Potential 616 back again with some more comic reviews. Now, I've been a little bit, well, let's say unwell for the past couple of days, a bit longer really, but my mother very kindly went to the comic shop for me and picked up some comics for me. Shame I still had to pay for them, but hey, you know, wow, it's like nearly 40 quid for 13 comic books. It's getting to be a very expensive habit, but there's more expensive habits out there, so I shouldn't complain too much. Anyway, I think I'll start off with some Xmen titles, so let's get going. The always good Uncanny X-Force issue 11 now. This is part of the, it's the first part of the whole Dark Angel storyline, and our Uncanny heroes, they're off to the Age of Apocalypse. This is just a fun title. I mean, this title has been consistently good. And Remender, he knows his X-Men, and he writes it very well. Now, we're going back to the Age of Apocalypse here. Big fan favourite, I liked it. Happy to say I've got all the original issues, except for some of the mini-series that came out a couple of years back. It was like a return to Age of Apocalypse. I only got the first and last issue, I think, but that was okay. Anyway, this is good, you know. Remender writes the characters well. It's just a lot of fun. It's a little bit of a love letter to X-fans, or more precisely, fans of the Age of Apocalypse. We get our team, they go there. Dark Beast, you know, villain had to make a deal with a villain. The obvious kind of happens. They meet up with the X-Men of that reality. The obvious happens. It is very predictable, but the way it's done, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's written well, and it's a giggle. And Brooks' artwork is really good. Not too many complaints about it, apart from the fact that it's not very original. But there we go. You know, it's the way it's done, it's still a giggle, you know, even though it's predictable. And also the last page is kind of like, oh, it's a cliffhanger. It's not really a cliffhanger if you kind of know what's going on with the Age of Apocalypse anyway, and it just kind of, the way it was presented, it was like, oh, and it's like, well, yeah, okay, fair enough. Anyway, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it's enjoyable. If you're an X-Men fan, you're not picking up Uncanny X-Force, you're making a grave mistake, really. It's a really good title. It's consistently good. Okay, X-Force 12. Now, to get the first part of the story, you would have had to have got the giant-sized X-Men annual that came out a couple of, a week or 2 weeks ago. And this is good. It is enjoyable. You know, Yost, I mean, I liked his stuff on the previous Uncanny X-Force title and some of his other stuff. He knows his X-Men, he loves his X-Men, he knows his history, and he knows the characters. He always does a good job. I like the way it switches from old-time X-Men to new-time X-Men. The only thing I don't like the premise that much. The villains are basically super powerful beings that help evolution along, so they basically want to get rid of all humans to help out mutants, and apparently they did that in the past with Neanderthal man. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. Not that I'm a creationist or anything. I hate evolution. I just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. I can't really explain it. Apart from that, it's written well, pacing's nice, and I like the artwork. Well, I like the Paco Medina artwork. I'm not too big fan of the old style X-Men artwork, but yeah, it's good. I'm interested to see where it goes. There is a nice cliffhanger, and I'm interested. It's just the premise I've got a little bit of a problem with, but I'd say it's worth picking up, but you would have to get the first part first. Okay, Wolverine issue 9. I've really liked this title. Jason Aaron knows how to do Wolverine. Now this is following up from Wolverine's journey to hell, being possessed by demons. Now he's sort of back to himself, and he's out for revenge. He's going after Mystique. I might just say a couple of spoiler alerts here, because I'm going to spoil this, okay? Sorry. So, if you want to read this and not know, just turn off now, fast forward a little bit. But this is good. You know, Wolverine's his angry self. You know, he's actually almost quite irrational in this, which is slightly frustrating, but it does match the character, and also what happened in the previous issue, where you sort of see inside of his personality, and his berserker side has become more prominent than the others, so it does make sense. We're introduced to a new character, Lord Deathstrike, no relation to Lady Deathstrike, but a cool little character. There's some cool moments with this character, let's just say. He's an interesting assassin, some nice new ideas, and an interesting character to add to Wolverine's rogue gallery. Wolverine sort of goes after Mystique, and as I say, in a kind of way he acts a bit irrational, but if you look at Wolverine's history with Mystique and whatnot, you can kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, he thought he killed her in the Get Mystique storyline, so I think he's just wants to get the job done. Which, spoiler alert, he does, but she's going to be coming back. Let's just say the Hand are involved, so, and that was dealt very well. Now they did it in the comic. Now, clearly, Wolverine's going to be fighting the Hand at some point in the storyline. Wolverine does fight the Hand an awful lot, Wolverine killing ninjas, but, you know, if it's written well, it can still be an enjoyable storyline. Maybe not that original. I mean, one of my favourite storylines, it's Wolverine Public Enemy and Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he fought the Hand in that, and it was pretty damn good. Among many other good Wolverine stories. I mean, Chris Claremont's Wolverine first miniseries. But yeah, this is great. And also, I just want to say, Daniel Acuna, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Acuna Matata. Acuna, his artwork's brilliant. It really suits Wolverine. It suits the character, the tone, his structure is really good. His composition, it's not just the style, but the style. It's kind of gritty, slight realism to it. It really suits the title well. So yeah, Jason Aaron, he's just been doing a really good job with Wolverine lately. It's been the best it's been for a long time. So there we go. Strongly recommended. And I've still got loads more to do, but I'll leave it at that for the moment. Anyway, look after yourselves, guys.